What's going on, guys? No guys here. Welcome back to another video. Now in today's video I'm going to show you how to create a starter squad on how to get from like this to this with all the budget that you have very easily. The most important thing is you have to understand starter squads is not really the best thing to do. It's good to understand who links and who works well together, but sticking to a starter squad never works. You pack someone like Ronaldo or Neymar when the game comes out, your whole idea and your whole plans will be skewed completely. So you can't just depend on a squad that you want. What's important is you understand your budget. Now, first of all, I just want to say, if you haven't joined the Discord, the Nil Guys Discord, the link will be down in the description. Of course, it's completely free to join the Discord. Join Discord. Everyone else like-minded wants to get better at FIFA, mature audience. Of course, come and join. Everyone sharing ideas. Link will be in the description down below. But listen, the most important thing is take this from someone playing with 15k gold players for year in, year out, winning 90% of the games of Weekend League, playing with a 15k all year. You want to get key positions, okay? The striker is the most important position, period. If you're going to spend FIFA points, go for someone like Neymar. Get him into your team as soon as possible. If you're not going to spend FIFA points, you want someone like Ben Yedder. As soon as you can save up for enough money for Ben Yedder, you buy him and you sell your entire squad. You buy him and you use cheap rubbish around him. Because a good striker can carry you. If you have 5 chances in front of goal, you want the best striker to score all those goals, statistically improve your chances of winning the game. Whether you have a centre back that's got 99 pace or 90 pace, is it worth spending your money on your centre back? No. So the first thing you got to realize is how much money have you got in the game. Okay, so everyone wants a team like this. This is like a 500k starter squad per se. If you know you're going in, you're not spending FIFA points, you have to be very conservative about what you're going to do. In my opinion, listen to me, just trust me, if you want to follow it my way, this is the key positions. Left wing, left back, right back, it does not matter who you use. You can use someone 99 pace here with 0 defending, it makes no difference. These are useless positions. Don't worry about these. Wingers, they're not important. The most important position is one striker. You want someone like Ben Yedder or someone, even if you can't afford him, someone that's very like a marksman striker. Someone like Richarlison, that's who you want, okay? Then you want one CDM. Some CDM that can get the job done very well. Someone like Bamin. We're going to use a Premier League. How do you spell this guy's name? I think it's like this, isn't it? Yeah. Someone like Bamin, Premier League team, decent card, very good card. Then you want a decent goalkeeper. Listen, try to get stable feet trait. If you can't, try to prioritize height. Again, don't worry about trying to get the best goalkeeper because no one knows what the most effective way of scoring is. Every goalkeeper is going to let in goals, so don't worry too much about getting it. The best thing you can do, statistically speaking, get someone with stable feet trait or just get someone tall. Someone who's tall with good positioning is the best thing I recommend. The 2 centre backs is not that important. That is, I would say, the key positions. Then if you're going to play a 4-4-2 or 4-2-3-1, maybe a second striker, so maybe someone like Jota, for example. That if you have 10k, that's what I'll be spending my 10k on. That would be the key positions. Then the rest, so let's say I'm playing a 4-2-3-1, something like this. That's the key positions. So then the rest is, how do you fill in? Now look, contrary to belief, you don't need good players around them. The centre backs you don't need. Listen, all you need, go on Footbin. All you need to do is go on Footbin, go to players, FIFA 20. Now the full database not being released, but when you watch this video, it will be. If you're looking for a centre back, select centre back. Choose the leagues to be Premier League. The most important thing is pace. I don't care what people say about Laporte. If you want to do it my way and you really want to succeed and you want to actually excel, you'll know what I'm talking about very quickly. Don't use this Laporte card. Even if you pack him, I still wouldn't use this guy. I'm being serious. I'd rather use Ake. I'd rather use gold Ake over him. So again, we're going to go with pace. Go to stats. Get sprint speed first. So we're going to go with minimum 75 sprint speed, minimum 75 stand tackling. Because that is ideally the stats you need. Look for the cheapest guy. Okay, someone like Bailly, Rudiger. And so Rudiger and Davinson Sanchez are both non-rare. So we're going to go with those 2 players. Rudiger and Davinson Sanchez. Now Rudiger is actually a pretty decent card. He's got 70 pace. Yes, it is pretty bad, but he's actually got decent sprint speed. Acceleration is not important. Don't worry about everything else. Stand tackling, if you can, get 75. If you can't, not the end of the world. Those are 2 centre backs, cost you under 1k. That's it, job done. Left back, right back, it doesn't matter who you get. Don't listen to anyone that says to you, you need to get 99 defending, you need to get physicality. Forget about it. Just get pace abusers. Get someone like Yedlin. If you can't, on the other side, get someone like Tierney. If you can't afford someone, try to get an off-chemistry link. So let's say, for example, I don't know, you have Rudiger over here. Let's say, for example, you can't afford someone else. So you can maybe look for someone like a German left back. Again, chemistry is not important. You see me, I play with players off chemistry all the time. People have this thing, they think that chemistry makes a big difference. As long as the guy's above 5, he's not going to get any negative stats, so don't worry about it. People's like, oh, I need to get 10 chemistry. You don't need 10 chemistry. You really don't. So you can get someone like Gunter, let's say you can't afford him. Someone like Klosterman is actually a good card, but he'll be too expensive when the game comes out. But yeah, let's say for example you're looking for a left back or a right back, just try to get whatever you can. Let's say for example you try to find someone, I think like Shaw's for example, if you can get him pretty cheap, then do that. If that means that you might compromise, and let's say you try to get Sissoko and you can't get him, then fine. Let's say you do this, and let's say for example we put Sissoko here, just in theory. If this guy's on 8 chemistry, is it going to be the end of the world? Well, no. As long as your striker's on 4 chemistry, everyone else does not matter. You're only losing a little bit of the chemistry boost. The player doesn't get any negative stats. It's only when he falls below 4 chemistry he gets negative stats. All he's doing now is getting a chem boost. Now, I'll be honest, when the game comes out, are you going to buy a Shadow on Anchor chemistry style on a 1k player? No. So with Sanchez, okay, maybe you put Sentinel on him. Is it going to make a difference with him being on 8 chemistry or 10 chemistry? Probably not. So it's not the end of the world in my opinion, okay? So left back and right back, just go with pace. Try to get as much as you can. Then once you made your team, if you, for example, you find out you think, okay, you know what? I made this team. I have only got, let's say, 3k left. Then because you got your 2 strikers, or at least 1 striker and one guy behind him, then try to get people on the cheap. So for example, like this, in a situation over here, I know that I need to fill in these roles. So I got to get a winger that's cheap, a centre mid, and a CDM. Now I want to get a Saint Maximin, but he's going to be too expensive. So what's the best thing you can do when the game comes out? Just try to get one link. Again, try to get any Brazilian guy, any right mid, and look for someone in the Premier League. Just get someone, someone with pace. James, just get him in. He looks pretty decent. Minamino, okay, fine. Get Minamino. That's it. He's got the pace. That's all you really need is a winger. We didn't need a centre mid. Now, there isn't that many good centre mids. Again, we can go back to searching a player. So let's say we want another good CDM that can do everything. We need, let's say we just need sprint speed. So who's good over here? So let's have a look on the lower tier. So we got okay, we've got some pretty decent players here. But let's say someone like Batman is too expensive. So even like Lingard, for example. Because he's United, you might go for a bit more. But this guy, I don't know who he is, but he looks pretty decent. Again, what's his main stats? He's got pace. He's got decent stand tackling. Perfect. He can fit the role. 3-star weak foot, not the end of the world. Then you can always fill in these guys around him. So like someone like Lemina over here. Fill him in over there. Unless, for example, you need, for example, here another striker. So you can look for, again, we're going to look for a striker or at least another winger. So again, let's say in this position you're trying to find someone. Let's say, for example, you're trying to find someone in Premier League. Let's look for attackers, Premier League. Worst case scenario, you can't afford any strikers. Just get someone like, okay, Dahl maybe he's too expensive when the game comes out. So who can we get else instead? Antonio? Fine, that's it, decent. Then what you've done is, basically you've got a good goalkeeper, or a decent goalkeeper, not a good goalkeeper. 2 decent centre backs that will get the job done. Again, pace, stand tackling is the most important thing for those centre backs, yeah? Left back, right back, and wingers, doesn't matter, just get pace. 1 good CDM that's got good defence stats and pace. Other one that can do a bit of everything, get the job done, and a marksman striker. That when you play like a 4-2-3-1, then you can work out. So I know Yotta's got a 5-star weak foot. I put him in cam. I put Richarlison in striker. And I put Antonio and Minamino on the wing. There we go. That team over there, I'd probably say will be around about 15k. Worst case scenario, 20k. That would be a good starter team. And if you don't have enough money, let's say for example you realize, okay, you're still skint, then you can just be like, okay, you know what, let me trade some players out. Okay, let's say for example I can't afford Yotta anymore. Okay, fine, get rid of him, try to buy someone else. So who can we get? Worst case scenario, if you can't find someone in the Premier League, just get anyone. Like for something, you can get someone that's Brazilian, because I see that my striker is Richarlison. So you can always get someone off chemistry. So like Vinicius Jr., that's it. Get Vinicius Jr. on 8 chemistry, that's fine. You can get Brazilian manager like Tuca Ferretti. That's it, 8 chemistry, that's it, job done. So what you're basically doing is you're just basically setting up the core. In my opinion, pace, 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 pace. Don't worry about any other stat. If you can get dribbling, then obviously agility and balance is beneficial. If you can't, it's not the end of the world. But prioritize pace first, agility and balance, and then I would say finishing. Don't worry about passing. Striker, you want to get someone who's got good sprint speed, 5-star weak foot ideally, very good finishing, very good composure and good agility and balance. Richarlison is just a very cheap, he's probably about 5k, but he's a very good striker. Yotta's a very good, as you can see, he's got very good core stats, does everything. CDM, you want one CDM that can do everything. Bamin will be a very, very cheap CDM that can do everything. Get someone else next to him that can do a bit of everything again. Even if you can't afford Bamin, you can always go, okay, let's go to Premier League, let's go to CDMs. Who can get the job done? You want to think about who can get it, because like, these guys, they're not shooting. If this guy was shooting, in fact, even like Torreira would be a good option. Who else is there? And Dembele is not bad. Chamberlain's actually got really good stats, probably very expensive. Lanzini, I think has he got 5-star week for? I think he did back in. Even this guy, for example, Almiron, you could probably use this guy in as a second striker or maybe a cam in behind. Even this Fleck guy, look at this guy's stats. Look, now these CDMs, are they going to be shooting towards goal? Most of the time, probably not. But the most important thing, as long as you got a marksman striker and you got a goalkeeper that can at least do a decent job and 2 decent centre backs, you're fine. That's the way you should build your team. Then once you get enough money, what I'll do from there is, let's say I want to get someone like Ben Yedder in my team as soon as possible. I'll try to get Ben Yedder in on 8 chemistry. So I wouldn't worry about changing the entire team. Okay, I might save up 40k. I might be like, okay, can I get Ben Yedder? Okay, fine, I can. Then I'll slot him in striker. Okay, I got a bit of a problem here. Who can give Ben Yedder chemistry, at least 8 chemistry? Go look at someone. Go look at someone from League 1. And I know, for example, Gelson Martins, play him off chemistry. That's it. Job done. Now I got Ben Yedder on 8 chemistry. You just swap these around. Actually, and then maybe you can put get rid of him. Maybe you can get another left wing. Maybe you can get Jota back. Let's say you got enough for Jota left over. Fit them in. There we go. Now I got another team. I got Ben Yedder on striker on 8 chemistry. Ben Yedder on 8 chemistry is still going to be better than 99% of the strikers in the game. That doesn't matter. Then you can sort out like that, and that's it. Job done. So the idea is you basically want to get a staple team. Get the key positions. Don't worry about anything else. Just get decent goalkeeper, 2 decent centre backs who've got pace. Pace is the most important thing for a centre back. Left back, left wing, right back, doesn't matter what the hell they have as long as they got pace. A decent CDM that can actually defend. One that's next to him that can just get the job done. Ideally someone that can dribble if you can. And then marksman striker. Then after this, once you play your first weekend league or your first rivals, once you get your 60k coins, then you can start building the team you want. But that is the best way to go about building your team in the beginning. That's the best advice. This is the best advice I can give you. I know this is very different from other people, but if you watch my videos on a regular basis, you know how I play with that cheap team. This is what I do year in, year out. It never fails me. And don't forget, now there's no fitness cards. The market inarguably could be, everyone's going to be worth more in value. In theory, the good thing is you have to replace players, but everyone's going to go up in value. So do bear that in mind. But that is just my best advice. That's what I'll do to everyone. I'll say to everyone, do this, 100% do this for your RTG. Build with what you've got. Try to get a marksman striker as soon as you can. But the most important thing, get that striker first. If that means, for example, let's say worst case scenario. Let's say you did a mistake and you realize, okay, I messed up. I've only got 5k left. Try to get someone like Antonio. Let's say you get him for like 2k. Then you realize, okay, I'm in big trouble here. Let's say, for example, you got 3k left. Try your best to find... I said, look, if you got 3k left, I'm not joking. What I'll do is I'll go for the complete off leagues. And I'll just find garbage. Again, I'll concentrate on this. I'll concentrate. So what you can do again, you can go to footbin. Go to the top of it here. Then you can try to look for players. You can try to look, for example, a centre back. And you can try to look for him. Let's say, for example, let's say I need someone with pace. So imagine the full database is out. So I'm going to say minimum 80 sprint speed. So you're going to go for centre back. Go all the way to our last page. And figure, okay, you get someone like Clinton Mata. Clinton Mata? I think that's his name anyway. But yeah, something like that. And then you can just work your way around 8 chemistry. That's the way I would do it. And that way you kind of build for like the sub tier. And then once you play your first rivals, you get your first rewards or your first foot champions, then you can do whatever you want. But that's what I would do in the first week. Do that. Before I used to use a single rotational squad where I used to sub players off. But now because fitness means nothing, this is the best way I'll go about it. So again, look for a marksman striker. Look, be honest, if you can get someone like Ben Yedder in your team, you're fine. If you're going for Premier League, get someone like Jota, play him in striker, get the job done. Someone like Lucas is actually a really good striker if you can afford him as well after. If you're going for someone like Liga Santander, I think, who else is in I think there's not that many options in La Liga, I think. I was thinking about that guy, I forgot his name. Is it Ilke? I think his name is. But if you can't, you can always play Dembele in striker. You can even dash Asensio in striker. I did that in the beginning. Of course, pace is kind of something that's somewhat important when the game comes up. But like, even like here, Jovic. Just put Jovic in. That's it. Get the job done. That's what I'd recommend. So as long as you got the marksman striker. Now listen, everyone always underestimates the striker. The striker is where you should be spending your main bulk of your cash. Remember, a striker can carry you many times. This centre back, you might spend 50k on a centre back. If the guy runs past you, can your centre back do anything? He can't do anything. He's done. The striker is always going to have a shot towards goal. Get the striker first, build around the striker. That is my best advice. That's the way I'll do it, and that's the way I always do it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Peace out and take care, boys.